doing today? Good. Good or great? Great. Great or outstanding? Outstanding. I mean, which one is it? Outstanding. Outstanding? All right, well, my name is King Kevin Dorival. I'm a mentor and an author and filmmaker. I wrote 2 books. I'm from Poplar Beach, Florida. Is that a sign? No? I'm from Poplar Beach, born and raised. My parents are from Haiti. And I'm 37 today and future multi-millionaire. That's pretty much my resume. And so I'm going to talk today a little bit about myself and how I can relate with you all regarding, life's struggles and adversity and how to overcome them. That's what I do, We also have a chess program. As a matter of fact, our chess program, we're having a pizza party at the College City Library. Any of you been to College City before? The College City Library? It's in Pompano, so it's at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5:30. A friend of mine has an auto detailing business, so they're going to donate like a bunch of pizzas. So I can't wait to do that a little later. My chess program. Anybody plays chess? Yeah? Who's real good? All right, I'm going to play you. Who else? Who's I'm going to play? Play you. Any queens in here? Okay, I'm going to play you. Any queens in the building? No queens in here today?
Raise your hands, ladies. Y'all queens.
Any queens in here? All right.
That's a king right here.
Where my kings at? Where my kings at?
Hey!
So if you all play chess, you understand who's the most important piece on the board.
The
The most important piece is the king. However, the most powerful is the queen. The queen's job is to protect the king.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, we get more detail of that. We do have an awesome chess program. Hopefully Mr. Jones can make it happen so we can bring the chess program here. I'd love to do it. I'd love to see it roll out there. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You say the king is the most powerful. No, the king is the
Most important, right.
But the queen is the most powerful.
Because once the king has been taken off the board, game is over. Even though the king is worth 0 points, believe it or not, and the queen is worth 9 points. Once the king is been checkmate, it's over. So don't know that, now you know. But one thing about chess that I love the most is the fact that it's a game of status. You have the pawns, you have the bishops, you have the knights, you have the rooks, the king and queen, and they all work together. The pawns being 1 point, but doesn't mean they're not important. Because many of us, we think of ourselves as pawns. We think of ourselves as only being worth 1 point. And one thing in the black community, I realized we don't understand our value. We don't understand how important we are. As kings and queens, as soldiers, right? As people of knowledge. As a matter of fact, it's our ancestors who created the game of chess. It's, back in ancient Africa. And Kemet. Anybody know what Kemet means?
No.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Kemet means it's the all black land. And they call it today Egypt. Anybody heard of Egypt? Yes. All right, that's what Kemet is. When it used to be an all black nation. We the ones who created chess, the game of chess. We the ones who created astrology. We the ones who created archaeology. Anyone knows what archaeology is?
Yes.
What is that? It's like the study of bones.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's something called the 7 wonders of the world. So some people call some 7 wonders of the ancient world. Others call it 7 wonders of the world. Anyone heard of that before? The only, tell me one of them. Tell me one of the 7 wonders. Timbuktu. That's like the library, right?
College.
Yeah, university, one of the first universities. don't think it's in one of the 7 wonders though, but that is definitely a wonder. There's like 7 of them. The only one that's still standing is the pyramids of Giza, which is like these 3 huge pyramids in ancient Africa. And I talk about that a little bit in my second book, 7 Types of Queens, King Desire. This book's gonna make me rich. I'm gonna sell 40 million copies of this book. 40 million, you know how much money that is? I can create my own schools, libraries, of course buy a yacht, a couple of yachts, start a scholarship, because I got dreams. Anybody got dreams in here? I got dreams and goals. Tell me one.
What up, guys?
Oh yeah? That's pretty good. How old are you? 13. So you're in middle school. That's good. You have that written down?
Yeah, it's a book called Vision.
A book called what?
Like my auntie, she could create a book that like it's something called Vision and stuff.
Okay.
So like my business is, she said like write down what your vision. So in my business, I put I want to become a spiritual.
I heard the young lady said she has a vision and she's written it down, right? When you write down your goals down on paper, you increase your chances of success by 1,000%. When you write your goals down on paper, you increase your chances of success by 1,000%. Do you guys know what that means? What does that mean? You said yes. What does that mean? When you write your goals down, the things you want to accomplish in life, it's very important that you write it down on paper. This was a vision that I wrote on paper. Vision. This book here was a vision once upon a time that I put on paper. If I kept speaking it, don't just write it down, but you got to speak it. You know what I'm saying? The things you want to accomplish. You guys are all what? What's the youngest age in here? 10. What's the oldest?
17.
So 10 to 17. 16. Those of you in here that are 15, 16 years old, you definitely better have like a vision board or even a journal where you write down your goals. There's one that I write down, not write down, well I still do write in it, but I have a journal called the King Kevin's Dreams. That's why I go by King Kevin. So for the past 5, 6 years, I read it to myself every day. I don't do it anymore every day. I might do it once a week or twice a week now, since I'm so focused on what I really want to do. There's like 69 goals in there. Out of the 69 goals, guess how many I've accomplished? 1.
10.
Somebody was close, 15.
14.
16 of them. I accomplished 16 of them. These 2 were one of them. Matter of fact, let me show you the book. Did I put the book up? Here we go. These are my 2 books here. This was the first one, The Courage to Believe. This is the book that started everything, really. And this one is 7 Types of Queens, King Desire. I have it on iTunes, on my website. That you can download on iTunes. And actually, I'm getting ready to work on my audio book before I go to London. As a matter of fact, yes, I'm going to London in a month. Imagine that, a kid from the ghetto going to London on a book tour. Anything can happen if you believe in yourself. You had a question back there? Distraction? Someone had a question. Yes.
One of my friends actually wrote a book.
Listen, this young lady speaking. You can't hear her. Go ahead.
My school is actually a school that had a book and it went national.
Oh yeah, what's the name of the book?
Letters from Minty, from Kids Are Authors Competition.
Wow, that's amazing. You see that? How old is your friend? 10 years old? And I bet you're going to write a few more books. I want to write a few more books. I want to write a couple of books myself. I have one more book I'm going to write this year, which is called, I have another book called King's Kevin Courage. I might change the name. It's a book to encourage young kids to believe in themselves. So hopefully I'll be done by November. I'm going to London in October. Yeah.
Is it true that Africa started like religion, like God, like believing in God, and they brought it to Europe?
That they created religion? Well, yes, some of the first religions were by the Kemetans. Actually, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is called Kush. Anybody heard of the word Kush? You probably heard it for the wrong reason. But Kush is actually, I also have a map with me. Matter of fact, I create my own map. Let me show you something. Now, Africa, if I'm not mistaken, is drawn like this. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
But, I hope I drew it right. Now, this area, let me try to move. This area right here, this is the northeast region of Africa. Before there was Egypt, this whole area was called Nubia. This may not make too much sense right now, but just follow along. This whole area was called Nubia. As a matter of fact, today, the Arabs has taken over this area. The top half is Egypt. I should have brought a bigger board. The top part is Egypt, the bottom part is Kush, which is today's Ethiopia. Today, Egypt is not called Egypt. It's called United Arabia, some of Egypt. And they're taking away our history. Why do you think that's important, to take away someone's history?
Because that's
So we won't know about it?
So you won't know about it, but why? No, so it will hurt you.
Not like physical, but mentally.
It will hurt you. You know why it's going to hurt you? Because the past controls the present. And what you do today affects you tomorrow. So what you don't know about your past, then you won't know what to do today. Therefore, your future has been changed. So when they're able to take away your history, that's why it's so important to read. So the teachers and the mentors here, you all have a mentor, like a reading program at the center? No? Well, we need to get a reading program. Reading is so important. If it wasn't for reading, God knows this is the truth. If it wasn't for reading, my mind would always stay in the ghetto. It always stayed within the boundaries of where I am. And I wouldn't have been able to see myself in college or running track. I used to run track and field. Any track stars in here? Oh, yeah? All right, I'm going to test you. If you're a real track star, I'm going to ask you a question. And whoever answers this question, I got $5 for you. I might give you 10.
10 what?
About 20.
$10.
For what? For to
Answer a question. But I'm going to ask you a little bit. Just remind me, if I don't ask you a question, remind me so I didn't want to lose track of what I'm about to say. That's why history is so important. Understand the history, especially the history of Africa. Because the system has us so, backward thinking that we don't even like claiming that we are African or even have anything to do with Africa. When everything started here, this is the richest continent. It's not a country, it's a continent. There's like 54 countries in this continent. The richest continent in the world. All the minerals, all the diamonds, majority of the ore, the gold comes from Africa. The rubber, what else? Writing, the papers, having actually like a writing language started in Africa. All these things, our ancestors started. But many of you don't know that, and that's on purpose. So you don't know how great you can be. Y'all follow me?
Yes.
Right. Now, back to my question. Track and field. Now, this is the book cover of my second book. Actually, I just came from New York, too, by the way. I just came back from New York Wednesday. I'm going back again for a conference at the United Nations. Anybody know what the United Nations is? What is the United Nations? Yeah. Who knows what the United Nations is? Go ahead. Yeah.
Countries of the world come together and talk about the world and worldwide laws and how to keep peace with each other. It's supposed to help the world bring peace around and prevent another world war.
That's pretty good. Exactly. And it was created, I believe, after World War II. And so he's exactly right. That's what UN is. So it's a big deal. Like all the presidents of the world come to one place in New York. And I happened to be there, so it was a great honor to be there. After World War I?
Yes, Woodrow Wilson.
Okay, well, perfect. Now you tell somebody who's doing their homework. Now, this lady right here on the top left of my book, her name, who can tell me what her name is? And why she's so important. You can pass this around if you guys want to see it. Just don't break it. The lady on the top left, she has like 5 medals on her shoulder. She's a track star. You tell me.
That's all my boy, that's a tennis ball. You know my neck. That Derek Jeep.
Who want to walk around past her?
Her name on the tip.
Take a look, take a look.
I think I see Erica Badu.
Track star from the 1980s.
He cracked.
Waiting for your time.
See, that's a crackhead right there. Shut up. He said that's a crackhead.
Anybody want to guess? Oh. Somebody told me. How did you know that? Oh yeah? Now let's make the question a little more interesting. Why is she so famous?
Oh, I know. Yo.
Well, I think I know where you're going, but that's not what I'm looking for. There's one reason why she's so famous. Go ahead. Hold on now. This is for all the track stars in here. So you say you're a track star, future Olympians. I know a few of you going to be in the Olympics in the future. You got to know who this woman is and why she's so famous. Oh, hold on. Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, you got to work hard. You're in the Olympics, you got to work hard. Okay, one more person answer the question.
Me.
Go ahead. Yes. In the back, yeah.
She don't know this. Because she was trying to work real hard to accomplish her goals. Somebody just said
It has to go far beyond accomplishing your goals because she did that. Now, on here, she has 4 medals. Tell me. No, that was Wilma Rudolph. That was actually Wilma Rudolph was someone else you need to know about. You know, that was her role model. Now let me answer the question for you. The reason why FloJo is so famous is because she still holds the record in 100 and 200 meters since 1988. Marion Jones and all these other track stars. Who else? Jamaica, lady from Jamaica. That her name is what's her name? Little or Small or something like that? No.
She beat
What's her name?
It's something Thomas.
None of that time touch her time. As a matter of fact, in a 100-meter record, you guys can look it up. In a 100-meter record, she still owns the fastest 3 times. The first, the second, the third. She owns the fastest 3 times in 100 meters, and I think it's like a 10.4. And in 200 meters, she ran like a 21.3. Like she was very fast. To this day, they still haven't beat her record. Now, for the women, right? And even in men times, they got college boys that can't run that time. But in high school, you know what I'm saying? She was very fast. Since 1988, you know what year we are in right now? 2017, talking about like almost 30 years. The record still hasn't been beat. Now, the reason why she's in my book is not because of her athletic ability, even though that is a plus. The reason why she's in my book is because what she did for her community and what made her a true queen. She had a program for girls where she would get a bunch of girls together and a lot of her celebrity friends. They'll take like a week off on a camp and will pamper them, inspire them, and teach them how to accomplish their goals. That's what a true queen does. Look out for their people. That's what a true king does. Look out for their people. By the way, gentlemen, I do have 7 types of kings, Queen Desire, coming up as well, so I didn't forget about you all right? Now, why did I choose to write a book about women?
Because we're powerful. We're more powerful.
More powerful, that's one. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. That's just very close. Why?
Because I wanted to tell them. I ain't know that.
Say it again.
I said because you wanted to tell them importance.
The importance, right, in society. But a little further than that. What I was just talking about, what's important to know? The past, the history. The history. Go ahead, what's your question?
I think why they're trying to come because they read down to their
For people to read into the history?
history.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they all knew some sort of history. But the reason why I started the book and talking about women, first of all, was because I knew the history of Africa. In ancient Africa, everything circled around the woman, the mother. A king cannot become a king. A man cannot become a king until he was crowned by a woman to be king. Because her lap represents the throne. That's where the name throne comes from. The lap of your mother. Anybody heard of King Tut?
Yes.
All right. His real name is King Tutankhamun. So they abbreviated it making King Tut. There's a lot of pictures. I wanted to put it in my book, but I couldn't find when you write in a book, and this is a quick side note. When you write in a book, and I have a few pictures in my book. I'm going to show you a few of them. All right, wow. Speaking of closure. Now, I have pictures in my book. These pictures, you can't just put them in a book without getting permission first. Because if you do that, you can get sued in the future, especially if they know your book can make a lot of money. Now, I'm going to be $40 million rich in about a year, so I'm sure some people will try to sue me, but I bought these pictures online, which is called like a copyright. So any of you in the future want to write a book, make sure you get permission to find out if you have the license to use the book, especially when you use the pictures to sell in your book, all right? Just a little side note, you might want to know that.
It's not plagiarism. So if you, I thought it's not plagiarism.
Go ahead.
So if you was to take those pictures without asking, and then your book would come in, what would happen?
I mean, people who actually took those pictures will try to sue you and get some money out of you for using those pictures.
But what if you get all your money?
No, of course not, because you're the writer of it. Just like plagiarism.
Yep.
Plagiarism is when you copy and paste other people's writing and you don't give the person credit, or even when you copy and paste it in general, you can get in trouble for that. Because all you got to do is copy and paste the paragraph or whatever, or a sentence, put it on Google, search for it, and everybody who's used that content will show up. So things like that you want to do. Anybody want to be an author in the future? Or thought about writing a book? You want to write a book?
I thought about it.
All right. So write it
I want to
down.
be illustrated for a book.
That'll work too. But it all starts with what? One page at a time. I knew I wanted to be a writer since I was in 4th grade. My mom bought me a typewriter. Before she died, she bought me a typewriter. And that typewriter was like a seed to my future. Because I was typing little things, little notes here and there, little love letters to my girlfriend, using the typewriter, one figure at a time. Now I can type without even looking at the keyboard. I can close my eyes and type. If you guys see me earlier, I was waiting outside. I was typing up some articles and things like that I'm getting ready to publish. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And I want you guys to do something for me, right? Matter of fact, you all can stand up. Do me a favor, stand up. Now when you stand up and don't say anything yet, but you'll repeat after me. Ready? All right, it's something that I practice.
Something that I practice?
No, hold on. I'm going to say, at least you paid attention. It's something that I practice every day of my life for the past 7 years. So I'm going to give you guys the jewels, and it's up to you to take this lesson and take it home with you and practice it. Who wants to be successful in here? Who wants to be successful in here? Everybody has to be up. What success means is up to you to determine. All right? Now you put your hands down. Now listen up and you repeat after me. All right? It's something that I practice called SBE. You can say SBE. All right, now listen. Now, I'm going to tell you what SBE means. All right? Well, let me turn this off. SBE stands for speak it. I'm going to start over again. Good. All you all got to shout it because you all pretty loud. I heard you all outside, so you can talk loud. Okay, speak it. Speak it. You too. I don't see you say anything. You, yeah. Ready? Speak it. Speak it. Believe it. Believe it. Execute the plan. Execute the plan. All right. You understand what that means?
It means put the plan in action.
Put it again.
It means put the plan in action.
Hold on. Speak it. Speak it. Believe it. Believe it. Execute the plan. Execute the plan. All right, sit down. Now, it's very important you understand what you just said, what you just spoke into the universe. And which is why it's not good to be cursing, because what you speak into the universe is what comes back to you. God hears it, the universe hears it, and that's what you attract. That's why it's very important to hang around positive people. People who want you to succeed, want you to win. Friends that are talking about homework, plans for the future, college, businesses. Legit businesses, by the way. There's all types of businesses out there. Because I used to get in trouble all the time. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for my mentors, I would never graduate college, which I did in 2005. I would never play football. I would never wrote 2 books. I would never did a documentary, which is called The Courage to Believe as well. It comes out this summer. All these things play a pivotal role in your life success. What you surround yourself with. Birds of a feather flock together. Now, what does speaking mean? I said earlier, write down your goals, right?
Yeah.
And what I said when you write down your goals, you speak them. You speak them out. So when you guys go home, you have to write down some goals and things you want to accomplish. Things that you want to see done for the next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years. So you got to speak those goals. You speak them until you begin to believe them. So some things you might not see is possible for you to accomplish. Because you might be lacking money. You might be lacking the support. You might not have a car. You might not have education. But as long as you continue speaking your goals, you're giving yourself a chance. And when you write them down, you increase your chances by what?
1,000.
1,000%. 1,000%. That's very powerful. And what plan am I talking about that you execute? You said speak it, believe it, execute the plan. What plan? Your goals in life. Is that easy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you write them down, keep speaking them until you believe it, and then you execute the plan. And ladies and gentlemen, that's my time for today. Some flyers in the front. I'm taking flyers in the front. You guys grab the flyers, give it to your parents, let them know about me, and I'll tell them to get the book for you, all right? All right, y'all be blessed. Thank you.
No, all it is. Get over it.
Oh, yeah,